Good day everyone, my name is Malcolm Bottman from the Malcolm Bottman Sports and Entertainment Podcast. Today I have Miss Jackie from Reiger Park, who is a tennis coach with me. Welcome Jackie to Malcolm's Sports and Entertainment Podcast. It is an absolute pleasure to have you on our podcast. Today we just want to have a little bit of a background of yourself and just talk us through, give us a background of yourself, please.
Hi Malcolm, it's very nice to be here, and it's really a privilege to be part of your podcast. I'm a tennis coach currently, ex-teacher, so I'm on early retirement now. So tennis coaching is what I do now to keep me busy.
Yes.
And also to give a little bit back to my community. I've been involved in sport for quite a number of years. I started playing tennis at the age of 11. Became a South African tennis champion in 1990. Sure. Did a little bit tennis coaching, got a qualification in it. Also took out the South African team, a national team, yes, junior team. So I'm a qualified national coach. And now that I'm on retirement, I just feel, it's time to give back to my community. Yeah. And to transfer the skills that I've been acquiring over all these many years. Yes. So that's basically what I'm doing, and it's a pleasure to be here to share with you guys.
It's awesome. I'm just thinking, I didn't realize that you have all your qualifications in the tennis, but I've always known that you've been involved with tennis. But it's great, and I mean, also our people online will also now know. I'm sure a lot of people didn't know, but thank you for sharing that. So, foundation overview. What inspired you to start this foundation, and what was your vision? What is your vision for this future?
You know what? Everything that we've got as human beings, I strongly believe that, and that is one of the pillars of this foundation that I'm starting. Everything that we've got is a gift from God.
Yes.
And I strongly believe that, God has called me to do this. He's giving me this talent of tennis.
Yeah.
And over the years, I built my life around tennis from the age of 11.
Sure.
So from tennis, I went to studying, I became an educator, I worked with kids. And while working with kids, I realized, but these kids need something else besides just the academic knowledge that they gain in the classroom. Doing a playground duty and interacting with kids on the school, school, and you start to talk to the naughty ones, and the ones that give discipline problems, and so on. I started realizing that there's a need for kids to be taking part in sport.
Yes.
And my specialization is tennis. So I started, designing a program, a life skills program incorporated with tennis coaching.
Wow.
And now that I'm in retirement, I want to implement it. And I call the foundation Tennis for Life.
Okay.
Because it's not just tennis, it's also teaching them life skills as well with tennis skills.
Yes.
All right, that is great there. How do you plan to grow tennis in your community or the region?
I'm going to start now in this new term. I'm starting with one of the local primary schools, okay, as well as the high school, Western School of Specialization, and Lakeside Primary School. Yes. So I've selected those two schools just to start off. Because I believe that schools is a strong foundation to start a sports program, and it will also help me to incorporate the life skills as well. So that's the one thing that I'm doing. Okay. Then I've also started now coaching some adults. Yes. At Sunwood Park tennis courts. Okay. it's adults just wanting to learn the game of tennis. So I've started with them and I offer them 3 lessons on a Saturday morning. The beginners, the people that they haven't played any tennis before, and so that's what I'm currently doing. But the vision is to expand this program, to different areas.
Yes.
On Ekurhuleni East, because this is where we are, East and South to start around here. Schools, giving people private lessons, and then there's people that want to take, extra lessons, private lessons for individuals, and so on and so forth. Then I'm also part of the Gauteng East Tennis Association.
Yes.
It is now part of the Tennis South Africa's national body. So I'm registered there as a coach. So I will be then integrating my players into starting to play competitions, the school kids getting to the school's program of competition and so on. So that is how I want to expand this program. And I think it will work because it's part of the Tennis South Africa development program as well.
Wow.
Well, it is an awesome initiative, especially with the elderly people that has basically little bit of background of tennis and want to get involved with that. That is awesome. So, what specific programs or initiatives will your foundation offer to promote tennis development?
Okay, so like currently in Regu Park, we don't have also, tennis facility.
Yes.
We've got one tennis court at Mandara's Primary School, but that's not adequate. So I start with mini tennis to them. I teach them the basic skills and so on, and then I have to transport them to Sunwood Park.
Sure.
There's a tennis court. Where they can actually experience the real tennis court and the real tennis environment. I think it's important also to take them to tournaments as well. To also go to match tennis in competitions and so on. And that's basically how I want to get them involved. They have to participate in competitions. They have to play against other kids. Have maybe mini tournaments, local mini tournaments for them, and that's how they're going to progress into playing school competition, regional competitions, national, and then obviously later on. These kids can also get bursaries to go and study at university. Because Tennis South Africa, with some universities, they provide sports scholarships.
Okay. Yes.
So I think there's a few now that they are offering. So kids can go and get scholarships. So they play through the university system.
Yes.
And that is how they get involved in playing also international tournaments. Because that's how they go on to the international circuit. But that's a long-term goal. So we're just starting at the foundation currently. Yes.
All right. That's awesome there. Okay, so my next question was also basically to get more info in the Rega Park, which you've also just covered there a little bit. Are there any partnerships or collaboration with local tennis clubs, schools, or organizations?
Rega Park many years ago, we used to have a very vibrant tennis club, Protea Tennis Club. But during the transition phase from apartheid to democracy, a lot of the sports structures in many of the communities, it fell apart. So basically, what we have to do now, we have to build from the ground up again. Some of the facilities in communities, and Rega Park is one of them. Facilities were vandalized and so on, wasn't used anymore. But I strongly believe that the need for sports development, whether it's tennis or any other sport, there is still a need for us to have sporting activities for children.
Yes, most definitely.
So it's basically starting tennis from the ground up again, from infrastructure to building tennis clubs and so on. So I've started the tennis club now, Tennis for Life Tennis Club, uh, which will be then an organization where we foster the
Yes.
development, seniors, social activities and so on.
Yeah.
So the club structure will be the first structure. And then, of course, myself as a coach will be coaching at different venues,
Yes.
wherever there's a need. You see. And this will then help us, to rebuild tennis from the ground up. Because, tennis is what they call an elite sport. I've grown up in the 80s and in the 90s where we had the same challenges like we have today.
Sure.
Same socio-economic challenges in
Yeah.
society. But we were able to play sport, we were able to play tennis because people helped each other. You know the Ubuntu
Yes.
concept.
Yes.
Yes, that is how we used to flourish in community.
Yes.
And one of my main aims is to bring back the culture.
Awesome.
I used to have people like my departed souls rest in peace, and Solomon, famous Smith from Tola,
I remember Tola.
in the
What are
community. Yes, I used to play with them.
Wow.
And they used to take me to tournaments. And my parents, my father was working, my mother was a housewife, and they used to take us as kids in a combi and take us to different venues to play.
Yeah.
And that is how the game of tennis was fostered. We were still poor people, but we helped each other.
Other.
And that is one of the things I want, I strongly that I feel I want to bring back and put it out there in society. Say, guys, we did this before, we can
do it again. Yeah.
Yes.
It's awesome. I just remember Uncle Tola also with a combi, and
Yes.
that was great. He always used to help.
Yes.
But another story there for me.
Yes.
But that is awesome, and that is important. I think that is important that the community needs to come back where we can put hand to the plow.
Yes.
And then assist where we can, because not everyone can afford certain things. But if we can make that burden a little bit lighter for people,
Yes.
right? All right. So let me move on, Coach. Under coaching and development, what coaching philosophy or approach will your foundation emphasize?
I call it tennis for life. Right?
Yes.
Because I believe that every child, God has given every child, every individual, a gift.
A gift.
There's
Yes.
something that you can do. In my case, I believe God has given me the talent, the gift of playing the sport of tennis. And this gift, I've built my life around playing tennis,
Yes.
learning discipline skills, social skills, resilience,
Yes.
physical fitness, getting to know myself as an individual, who I am, what do I want to do, what are my dreams, my relationships with other people, I interacted with other people, I've learned what is the importance of social interaction,
Yeah.
and how relationship with other people is important for me as an individual.
Yes.
There are many kids that don't know who they are. So in the game of tennis, you are constantly challenged with this ball coming over the net, and that is basically what life is about.
Yeah.
Life is not easy sometimes. You're gonna get challenges, disappointments. But what are the tools? What are you going to use to overcome those challenges? What is the principles of resilience? I call it hitting the ball back every time.
Yes.
So through tennis, this is what I want to do to kids. This one also, I believe, I call it the ego principle.
Ego principle.
Ego philosophy. So the E stands for energy, how you use your energy. what is your outfit? You know, with everything around you, people around you, and so on. What is your gift? What is your gift for? Is it tennis? Is it hockey? Is it soccer?
Yeah.
What is your gift for? Um, do you love yourself? Because if you love yourself and you play sport, you're gonna think twice of using drugs.
Yeah.
You're gonna think twice of misrepresenting yourself and breaking yourself down because you love yourself and you love others. You're not going to do things in your life that is going to harm you. So it's basically like a philosophy that I'm teaching that I call this tennis for life principle. So while teaching them tennis, I will also be teaching them more than just the skill of tennis, also building their character and so on.
Yeah.
And I believe it's a principle that you can use for any aspect of your life, spiritually, financially, sport-wise, personal life, relationship. It's really like a little tool that you put in your toolbox.
Yes.
Carrying with your life.
Oh, that's powerful. That's powerful. What opportunities will you provide for players to improve their skills and competence?
Basically, they will be doing different tests, different, you know, in teaching, coaching tennis, there's different roles that you can do, you know, mental skills that you can offer, you know. I'll be also be giving them some life skills, you know. So they can sit and just have a conversation.
Yes.
Yeah. Of taking them out to meet other people, other places for play at other venues and so on. And I think through that they should be able to, you know, to pick up all these skills.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. So challenges and opportunities.
Yes. That is now like a really a fish coming across the net. Yeah. There's always, I believe, anything that you do, that there will be challenge. Okay. So currently in South Africa, especially in so-called townships,
Yeah.
we don't have tennis courts. In some communities, we have tennis courts, but it's dilapidated. Like currently in Red Park, we only have tennis courts with the primary school. Okay. I'm coaching the kids on just a cement block.
Sure.
And then I have to transport them to Sunwood Park. It's 9 kilometers from here.
Yeah.
At Sunwood Park, the tennis courts are also dilapidated.
Sure.
I'm going to have to work now with the municipality in South Africa, possible sponsors, you know, to come in and to see where we can get help and to get it up and running. Because there's a definite growing need in my program. There's a definite growing need for it. The numbers are growing. We need a facility, you know. And yeah, sponsorship will have to come in.
Yes.
But I strongly believe in I have to put the numbers out there. Numbers are coming. The people are there. They're interested and so on. So I hope through this podcast, you know, the message will go out in society. You know, whether it's companies, whether it's the whether it's individuals, you know, they want to come in and help. Welcome. Contact me.
Yeah.
So that we can get this thing going. We can get our kids off the street.
Yeah.
I also have my own projects where I raise funds. I have my own fundraising events.
Yes.
Planning to have one soon in the next month or two. And you know, I raise my own funds because
Yes.
you must be something close as well. I've also started the under the rain fund.
That was the one that I wanted to come with to as well.
Yes,
Because that was a very interesting
yes,
event that also took place.
yes,
And you will explain who you met and what happened at it.
yes, yes. I don't know if the viewers can recall, Tatiana Smith, gold medalist, Olympic gold medalist, arrived at the airport last year in August, and by coincidence, I was there at the airport and met up with her, and I was so impressed with the sportsmanship, humbleness, and the way that she interacted with the public. She being a public figure with that stature at that moment.
Yeah.
And as I was standing there at the airport and watching her, I was so in awe to see how she's handling all this fame and so on. And I thought, wow, this is now how a champion is supposed to interact with people on the ground, the normal people on the ground. And the whole atmosphere at the airport, I thought, wow, Nelson, this is what Nelson Mandela said when he said, this is what he meant when he said, sport has the power to unite the nation and to bring people together and to bring South Africa's people together, this rainbow nation. Now I can see it, I can feel it. And it was like they say, a Madiba magic moment. And as I was standing, I thought, wow, I would like to give her a gift or something, man.
Yeah.
But the kiosk is so far. I remember in the olden days they used to give you a teddy bear or chocolate or something. And I thought, wow, if I leave now, I'm gonna miss her.
Correct.
So maybe I can give her some money, then she can go and buy the chocolate. Because if I'm gonna leave now, she's gonna go into the conference room, I'm gonna miss her. So I just took out, and as I looked at the 100 rand, I saw Mandela on the 100 rand, and I thought, yeah, man. Yeah, this is the Madiba magic that he was talking about.
Yes.
And that's when that whole thing played off, and I gave her the 100 rand and so on. Unaware that the journalist of IOL was recording this.
Yeah.
I just wanted to take a picture because I thought I'll use this picture to encourage the kids to do sport.
Yeah.
I met an Olympic
Gold medalist.
and it's through the story that I'm telling, and I want to use this story to encourage you.
Yes.
In the meantime, this young guy, he's recording this thing, and I'm unaware that he's recording. Anyway, as the story goes on and so on, and then there were so many people saying, why don't you start a GoFund or something, an organization? And then I thought, okay, let me just try, maybe because I can also, I also need money for my tennis program that I want to run. So I started the 100 Rand fund.
Yes.
I call it the 100 Rand fan fund because I was there at the airport as a fan, and I'm not playing competitive sport anymore. So I'm a serious sports fan. So why don't I call it the 100 Rand sports fan fund?
Yes.
Because I believe the fans in South Africa, we are such a powerful nation. And there's nobody that can come against South African fans.
Yeah.
So my dream with this 100 Rand fan fund is it's big, it's keeping me out of sleep. That's how big it is. And they say, your dream must be picking up to keep you awake.
Right, yes.
This dream of mine is really so big. I'm thinking of what if every working citizen in South Africa can donate 100 Rand in their communities for sports development for the grassroots child. Because this is where we actually need to make a difference.
Correct.
And so I've started this 100 Rand sport fan fund, and I hope somewhere it's going to pick up. People, I started already. There were a few of my friends and their friends that already started donating 100 Rand. I think I made something like 2,000 Rand. So that money is going directly into sports sponsorship.
Yes.
So I've used some of the money. I've given some of the money to a young man in the community that needed 400 Rand to pay for his boxing, ticket and so on.
Yeah.
So that's the first person that I sponsored, and I'm using some of that money, obviously, that I'm going to use now for the tennis development in the schools and so on. So
That's awesome. And that's the reason why my heart prompted me to start this podcast, because I know there's a lot of people or in our community that does very well in sport, but they're unable to get to the next level.
yes,
A pair of talks can keep you back.
yes,
A racket, for instance, can keep you back.
yes,
And with this 100 Rand fan sports fan fund, please, if you can, make a donation. It will help a child. Child in sport is a child out of court.
yes.
Jackie Van Staden, it has been an absolute pleasure having you on this podcast. We believe and trust that whatever you are busy with, keeping these youngsters busy, that one day they will be a champ like yourself. I'm really looking forward to be at one of your games, and we will definitely come through. So thank you so much. We highly appreciate your time and speaking to us. So there we have it. You will only have it on Malcolm Bottman Sports and Entertainment. We also want to say thank you to DB Waters for sponsoring, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching.